Hello, I'm Dr. Leon Stutzman, aka Doc, with another one of these little videos designed to help you to get through these strange days in which we find ourselves, and these yet remain strange days indeed. I always say they're my little videos, not because they're unimportant, but because I make them in my home office on my cell phone without editing at all. I'm sharing practical principles, powerful principles that will enable you to live your very best life. This week, coming out of chaos, because we are coming out of a chaotic condition. Number one, you have to recognize it's a chaotic condition. Number two, you have to resist that chaotic condition. Number three, you have to reassess. You have to reevaluate what's really important in life. I think many of us over the last year have reevaluated, we have reassessed what's really important in life. Where do you want to be 5 years from now? The only way you can answer that question is by knowing what's really of value in your life. Reassess, reevaluate, if you want to come out of chaotic conditions, and then accept responsibility. The 10 most powerful two-letter words in the English language are, if it is to be, it is up to me. Let me say that again. If it is to be, it is up to me. Spurgeon said he prayed like everything depended on God. He worked like everything depended on himself, and that is a good place of balance to live. Pray like everything depends on God, but then work like everything depends on you, which means, number four, you have to accept responsibility. In my first really big revival, I called a pastor in another city, and I told him what was going on, and he said to me, "You get all the breaks." And I said, "No, I make the breaks." Let me tell you how I made that break, because you have to accept responsibility. You have to recognize there are things that you have to do if you want to succeed in life. That big break began in, of all places, Ashdown, Arkansas. Ashdown, Arkansas is a little town outside of Texarkana. I was holding a revival in a small church. The revival was going really well. News got around. People started coming in. And among those that came into that revival was a Pentecostal Church of God missionary by the name of Cobb. I had a word of knowledge one night for his wife of a healing, and she was instantly, supernaturally, miraculously healed. Yes, I believe in miracles. Seen too many miracles to doubt God now. After the service was over, the missionary came up to me and he said, I heard you're going to Ohio for a meeting. Well, I've just come from a tour of Ohio, and I've got 8 churches I'd like for you to contact. I want you to tell them about this revival and tell them I recommended you. So I got on the phone and I made calls to those 8 churches. I told them what was going on in this little revival in Ashdown, Arkansas. The thing that made that revival stand out to people was, well, it was back in the charismatic revival days when you laid hands on people and everyone fell out. And in that little rural community, they're going around saying, that preacher down there at the little Full Gospel church, he's knocking people over. And so I got up that night and said, I'm not going to knock anyone over tonight. I'm not going to lay hands on anyone. I'm just going to breathe on you. And the same thing's going to happen. Now, this was a long time before this was ever popular. This is a long time for anyone ever heard of Benny Hinn. So I went down the line that night, just breathed on people, and they were falling out. It was a real charismatic Pentecostal service. And then they started saying all around town that that preacher down there eats onions and garlic and knocks people over with his breath. Well, all of that was going on, and I called these 8 churches in Ohio, and I told them what was going on, and half of them thought it was great, half of them thought it was crazy. I started the revival in Fremont, Ohio, in a little church of 60 people that seated 300. Sunday morning we had 60 people. Sunday night we had 60 people. Monday night we had almost 300 people in that auditorium because all those other churches came in to see what was going on. And that started a revival that lasted 6 weeks. And out of that revival, doors opened all across the nation. I made my break. Was God in the middle of it? Absolutely. But if I hadn't made those telephone calls, nothing would have happened. You have to accept responsibility. If you want to succeed and see the best in life, if you want to succeed and see the best in life, then you have to accept responsibility and do those things that need to be done in order to experience that success. If you want to come out of chaos, you have to accept responsibility. I'll share some more things with you on Friday. This Sunday at Aspire Church, it is going to be powerful. Resurrection resources. There are resources available to you that are beyond your understanding. I want to show you how to tap into those resources. Catch it live on the live stream at aspirechurch.tv. That's live on the live stream at aspirechurch.tv. or catch it on Facebook at Aspire Church TV. Facebook Aspire Church TV, live stream aspirechurch.tv, and of course you can attend at the building. There are certain mask protocols in place. I'm Dr. Leon Stutzman, aka Doc. I'll see you again.